Yo, what's going on, Nomads and Drifting Podcast listeners? Welcome.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to Backspace Nomads. Every week, we discuss gaming, upcoming releases, and bring gamers on to share their personal stories. You can find us on Twitter at Backspace Nomads or on our fancy new website, backspacenomads.com.
It's so fancy, and it's our own. And
We did it.
It may not be perfect, but it's ours, and it's our little place, and we love it. And we hope you love it too.
So
Tell us how much you love it. Make us feel good about ourselves. Compliment us.
Yeah, just gush over us as much as you can. Just lie about it if you have to.
Tell me I'm the best thing that's ever happened to you.
All right, don't go that far, everyone. Just
Oh.
down with that kid. All right, this is episode 32 of the podcast. My name is Brian, and my co-host joining me here is Monica.
Who dat?
That's you, though.
Oh, that's me, though. Hi, everybody. It's me, Monica.
All right, we've been off for 2 weeks. Hit me with some stories. Let's do it.
Okay, so in these 2 weeks, you've been through a hurricane.
Yep.
I traveled the world, and by the world, I mean I just went to a couple different states for work and leisure.
And leisure. Who talks like that?
Me.
What decade?
Who do you mean who? You just introduced me. You know who I am,
Oh,
and I'm talking that way.
what
So,
decade are we recording this podcast in?
the leisure decade. All right. Brian
Yo.
was almost swept away in a storm.
Hurricane
He
Irma.
took photos. He took photos of his fence. He's like, look, my fence, all my fence fell down. And then later he told me that he's the one that broke it and took it apart.
No, the fence fell down during the hurricane because
You said you smashed it. You said you smashed it and broke it up.
I had
and
to
took
take it apart. Yeah, because it was like falling down. The one thing holding it up was like ivy and stuff that had grown into it. I had to go out there and demo it and like pull it all the way down so I could fix it like a man, you know.
Oh.
Had to put down the controller and pick up the hammer.
Oh my God. That was such an awkward, no, don't ever laugh like that again.
What? That's what.
No, God, I hate it. No, stop it. I don't even know
That
if
was
you're
my
really
real laugh.
laughing. Okay, I'm not sure anymore. Don't ever do this. Don't ever do this again.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, Brian really did have to take his fence down, but I liked giving him a hard time because he sent me those photos and I was like, yeah, I took my fence down. I was like, I thought that was because of the hurricane.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's just whatever, you know. But yeah, he survived it like a champ.
Mm-hmm.
Minimal. It was mainly just wind, right? You guys had a lot of wind.
Yeah, a lot of wind, a little bit of water, like, you know, a ton of raining. There are parts of Central Florida that flooded, but where I am, no flooding at all.
Yeah.
You know, they drain the canals and stuff. We're good to go in Central Florida.
Right. Well, and also Brian took the couple of days right before the hurricane, and he personally lifted his house up 10 feet.
I can lift things. You know this about me.
By putting more and more dirt underneath it. Amazing, really.
You know, I'm going to get FEMA to talk to you about these engineering ideas that you're...
Yeah, it's just
You know what? We're just going to take all the houses in Florida and we're going to raise them up 10 feet with dirt.
just a little 10 feet. We're just going to put dirt under them. What's under them now? Not enough dirt. So you had that going on. You still managed to get our website up. Again, go check it out, backspacenomads.com. I was traveling for work and leisure, and then I went, this was this week, this was last night, went to a concert, a Matchbox 20 concert.
Again, what decade are we recording this podcast in?
I'm an old woman, and I like going back to my glory days of 7th or 6th grade or whenever. I don't know.
How late did you stay up this night? Till 3 a.m.?
Oh, God. We'll get there. It's a really long story, so I can't tell all of it on the show. But I really expected my night to just be this chill thing. I got these tickets on Groupon. I was just gonna. They're just in the lawn.
Yeah.
I was just gonna bring a blanket.
Oh, we're at like an amphitheater type of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a huge venue.
Okay.
I was just gonna bring a blanket, get a little bit of wine before at the winery that's nearby, and enjoy myself with two women.
Nice.
Also, mature women, responsible women that I thought I would be safe with. And boy, that's where I was wrong.
Like reading a novel.
Things got...
Chapter 2.
Chapter 2. Things started getting weird at the winery. We drank, each of us, I didn't drink 2 full carafes. I stopped.
Okay.
I drank 1 plus a little bit of my second one.
Gotcha.
These were half carafes. I'm sorry. They both drank, granted, they're both smaller than me height-wise and both small, like in general.
Yeah.
And they both drank 2 half carafes in a matter of about an hour and a half. That's a lot of alcohol. It's a lot of wine.
What half carafe is?
I would say it's over a bottle.
Shut the fuck up.
No, not a half, but like together.
Okay.
Over a bottle.
Okay.
So granted, we bought 2 because it was like, we knew we were going, the winery, it was really inexpensive to get this. We knew we were going and the venue was going to be way more expensive to get alcohol. So they convinced, like, we talked about it and they're like, we should just do it here. I was like, okay. But I was drinking the second carafe and I'm like, I'm fucking drunk. I can't finish this. This is like, I'm not going to be okay. And granted, we went through the second one, like they went through it really quickly.
Yeah.
Finally, I'm like, guys, we got to go. This concert's going to happen. We just take our wine glasses with us and start walking out into the vineyard. Yeah. Navigating towards the music festival, which is like in this field, like a mile away. Okay. We're walking along the side of the road. We start making weird animal noises. Well, let's be real. I was the one doing most of that. We start gallivanting around, skipping, acting like animals. People are driving past us and honking. I'm like, I'm a deer. I'm a deer.
Who's I'm a deer?
I'm a deer. Flapping arms. Anyway, that's the beginning. Things are already going downhill. As soon as we get there, it is packed. Mm-hmm. There is like, everyone's already there. We are late to the game. It's like, well, we can go sit anywhere. Where do we sit? I'm like, how are we going to get through this? One of my friends just takes off, beelines it. The other friend, she's a little wobbly at this point. Sure. She's like wobbling, trying to go as fast as the first friend who's just navigating it just that needle. Yeah, like she's in a racing game. And my friend in front of me steps on someone's crutches and falls right into their lap. Nice. And this is the lap of a very large woman. Even better. Very, very large. Mm-hmm. And my friend falls into her lap. There's definitely her crutches. Falls into her and can't get out. And I'm standing there laughing because it looked like someone drowning. Yeah. In a sea of a body. She is trying to climb. She's trying to get up and she's like grabbing this woman's shoulder and like trying to hoist herself up. And the woman's just like, oh, and she's like, I'm so sorry. But she's just my friend's just kind of rolling around in this woman's lap and there's not really any movement. Like a waterbed. Yeah, there's not really any movement being made. And the woman's just like, ow. And she's just climbing her. She's just like climbing her. And then finally she just like kind of rolls off of her lap onto the grass and gets up from there. It was horrifying. Gets worse. Here we go. And then Matchbox 20 started playing. Shut up. We find a spot that has ample room. Mm. There's a couple of guys by themselves. Ooh. On a little, on a sheet. It's a fitted sheet, by the way. They brought a fitted sheet that they are lounging on. Adorable. Of course they did. Yeah. And then we've got this empty blanket to our right that no one's sitting on, and there's a lot of room around it. Like our blanket can fit if this blanket moves.
Uh-huh.
Now, the normal human thing would be to say, "Hey, whose blanket is this? Can we sit here and move your blanket?" Well, my friends just start kicking it. They just start kicking it away. It's just being kicked. And this woman comes up and goes, "Oh, we had kids sitting here." And they're like, "Where are your kids?" Making friends with the neighbors.
Yeah.
And so then they're like, "Well, don't, stop kicking that blanket."
It almost sounds like a threat. Like, where are the kids at then?
Yeah. Like, where are your fucking kids? I don't see them around. So they grab the blanket nicely now. Somebody else's blanket. Just somebody's blanket. And they pick it up and they gently move it away. And in that process, all the things that were on that blanket just get thrown in the dirt.
Yep.
Which is their sweaters and things like that. And then before you know it, the girls that were sitting on that blanket see this.
Oh, yeah.
And they go up and they're like, "What the hell?" They get in my friend's face a little bit. They're like, "You just threw my sweater on the ground." And my friend goes, "Is your sweater okay now?" I need to say that these friends of mine are like 5'2" and they're tiny.
Are the fucking mean girls.
It was very scary. So I'm just like, man, this isn't going well. If I saw someone kicking my blanket and moving my shit, I would be pissed.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I'm just like, well, maybe we're okay. We sit down on our blanket. It seems like, oh, by the way, we also get in there and they both get another half carafe of wine once we're in it.
You?
We drank, so we weren't going to have to buy alcohol there. And then as soon as we get into the gates, they're like, well, we should buy alcohol here because when we get to when we're near the amphitheater, it's going to be longer lines. I'm like, but I don't think we need to drink anymore. And they're like, no, we do.
You can't stop. Stopping drinking during the night is the worst decision ever. Yeah. Like, you're just going to lose your buzz eventually and you're going to regret it.
Anyway, these girls, they come up, they move their blanket right next to ours.
Nice.
And they sit down and they're like, "Oh yeah, there's so much room here." Yeah. And one of my other friend that fell on the woman starts kind of getting lippy with them. Like, "What is your problem? What is this? What? Blah, blah, blah.
What are you doing?
What do you do?" Like, and they're like, the one girl who looked like she'd probably like knocked her boyfriend out, like she probably beats her boyfriend. She tells my friend, "Say another fucking word and I'm going to punch you in the face."
Goddamn.
Because they've been kind of going like back and forth and they're like, you're rude to my friend. And she's just like, "You're rude." And they're just doing it like, rah!
Situation.
And oh my God. So bad.
What?
Jesus. And so she says, so my friend, who has just been told, "Say another word, I'm going to punch you in the face," doesn't just say another word. She says like, "You guys have problems."
She gets personal.
And the girl grabs a bunch of dirt and throws it in her eyes. And so now I have to do something.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can't just be letting these girls like accost us. But I also don't want to be in this situation. So I stand up like a hulking lurch, like get my like 5'11" body like slowly. It's like an ant just like growing from the ground. And that girl stands up, gets in my face, like we're arguing. I was like, "Don't fucking do that. Don't throw shit at my friends. What's wrong with you? Like, I don't care. I get that you're pissed, but don't do that." And she's just like, "Don't fucking tell me what to do. Punch me, bitch. Punch me, bitch."
Did you?
No, I said, she's like, "Hit me. And I was like, "I'd love to. Hit me first." And
the ultimate conundrum, the classic.
Yeah. And she's like, it keeps just going on and on. At some point she goes, "Hit me in it." And I'm like, "Look," and she's like, I said something shitty back to her. I don't remember. And she goes, "I've been trained for this."
Ooh.
And
She's
I'm
an
just
assassin.
like, oh man, I am just like looking at her, and in my head, I'm like, I can't seem scared.
Okay.
I don't want, and I wasn't scared.
That's street smarts right there.
I was just incredibly calm because I knew as soon as she started telling me to punch her that no, just because I just hated the entire, I wanted to take a nap. I don't know how to explain it. It was a stressful situation, but I was like, this woman's not going to punch me.
Yeah. I
can already tell at this point, like if I hit her, I'm dying tonight. Yeah. Her friends are all going to jump me and I'm dead. I will be taken out of here in an ambulance and I will be seriously injured. Oh, and my face may never look the same.
Well, we're on a podcast. You could just hit her. At least your voice had been all right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I know because she keeps telling me to hit her and I'm not going to hit her because I don't care about the situation very much. And I know she's not going to hit me because she wants me to hit her.
Yeah.
So we just kind of keep going around for a little bit. And then finally I was just like, okay, I get it. You're mad. You've called me names. Like, what do you want? And she just kind of, breaks down. Like her brain can't. Another thing I kept telling her, I was like, I'm not drunk. Like, I'm not drunk.
Yeah.
And she's just like, I'm not drunk either. And I'm like, okay, great. I'm just letting you know, like, I'm not drunk. So I'm not going to like walk into this, like an idiot. I was drunk, but.
Did you mama her?
Oh, I fucking did. I didn't beat her up, but I beat her brain.
God damn it.
Her little
peanut.
Her peanut brain. But I finally was like, what do you want? You want something. I know you want me to hit you. That's not going to happen. So what do you want? She's just like, you guys are really rude. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. I'm sorry. I understand. I would have been pissed too. But what do you want? She goes, I want you to apologize to everyone around here. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. So what's the second thing that you
want? What's item number 2 on your,
And I was like, it just seems like if we sit here and you sit here, there's going to be animosity. It's not going to go well. Do you just want us to move? And she goes, yeah, you guys just need to get out of here. And I was like, okay.
Yeah,
like,
punk, just get out of here.
I'm like, all right, we'll get out of here. But my other friend left. She went to the bathroom. So you're going to have to wait.
She's at your door right now.
Yeah, she's searching for me. You're going to have to, I'm like, you're going to have to wait for my friend to get back. And those guys that are sitting on that sheet over there asked us to watch their stuff. So we're going to have, we can't leave till they get back. And they're like, we'll watch their stuff. But you just need to go. I'm like, I'm not leaving until my friend gets back. So you're going to have to wait a minute. Can you relax for a minute?
Yeah. And I don't trust you with this fucking fitted sheet. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, we escaped them. And long story short, the rest of the night, my friend that gets dirt thrown in her face starts crying.
Yeah.
She holds it in until we get away from them. And then it's just like, she's drunk. She doesn't know what to do with the situation. We get to this new spot and these guys swarm her. What happened? Are you okay? And she just stops hanging out with us for like the next hour and just becomes friends with this like group of 10 guys and a couple girls. She's like dancing with them and whatever. We weren't supportive enough. Oh, and then she told me, she's like, you should have done something, Monica. And I was like, what? Die?
If you're not willing to die for your friends, you're not a friend, Monica.
I guess not. So anyway,
night. Good Lord.
Yeah, it goes on. Well, then those guys with the fitted sheet, they missed us. So they came down and my other friend starts canoodling with one of them. And that leaves me where I just thought I was going to spend some time with my girls, And here I got one friend drunkenly dancing with like 10 dudes. I got my other friend just like making out with this guy with a fitted sheet. And then there's this other guy that's like trying to connect with me and just like
him. You didn't know.
We're the only ones. We're alone. And so he keeps like asking me things, but he was also kind of like like leaning in and touching my back. And I was like, yeah, don't do that.
I see dudes do that. Does that work?
No, it was really creepy and I didn't like it. And I thought about just telling him like, I don't want to talk to you. Don't touch me. But then I knew that my friend was like having a good time with his friend. So I was like, I'll just be cool.
Yeah.
But the entire night, I'm sitting there and I was like, I honestly don't even remember song playing because the entire night I just made sure I was like, I need to make sure that my friends are not going to be raped or that if they want it, they were just wandering off.
Yeah.
It was like a video game where you have to keep all your livestock in the pen or something like that.
Matchbox Valley.
And I only had two. Matchbox Valley. I only had two. So anyway, it was bad.
Oh, man. Well.
Yeah, that was concerts, man.
I had to get in a safe room during the hurricane. That's about it.
I haven't had a night like that since like my early 20s, for sure.
That definitely seems like a non-grown-up story.
No. And like, I didn't want that. I mean, I was okay with it happening. I wouldn't want this to be like my every night again. You know, in hindsight, I'm like, haha, that was a funny night. Another thing is one of my friends just decided she didn't want to walk anymore when we were trying to get out of there. And she just passed out like on the median in the grass and all the cars driving out were just honking and yelling at us and being like, you're never getting out of here and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God. So that was another thing that happened. But yeah, I don't want a bunch of nights like that, you know?
Yeah, you're definitely like Donald Glover at that point from fucking, you're too old for this shit, freaks. Yeah,
it was just too much. It really felt like I felt like I was reliving my like early 20s. And you know, it's okay to do every once in a while, but you know, I'm not like a teenager going to the fair and meeting teenage boys and wanting to like, oh, I hope he likes me. I'm like, I want like, you know,
I always forget that you did
401k. Yeah.
I always forget you did that until you bring up like fair talk and I'm like, oh God, here we go.
Yeah. I raised rabbits. All right. I want like a 401k. I want to talk like politics. You know, I don't want to dance around to Matchbox 20 with a strange guy and like make small talk because my friends are going ham.
Yeah. Where he leads in, just touches the lower back. This is a fucking great song.
I love this song. Yeah. And I'm just like, that's not necessary, you know?
Yeah. I love not being touched by people.
Oh, that's God. Me. Yeah, for sure. It's really been a long time.
Have you played any games lately? That's just... it's fucking hilarious.
That's bad. This was actually pretty great. You know, I don't want to diss on him too much. He seemed like a decent enough guy outside of like the touchy thing that was happening. But but he said, he's like, oh, what do you do? And I told him, I'm like, oh, you know, I manage half of the business with the tech startup. And he goes, oh, cool. And then I like stood there and I was like, do I have to ask him what he does? I literally thought this. I'm like, do I have to be nice? And I was like, what do you do? And he said, oh, I work at a golf course for half of the year. And I'm like, okay. What? And I'm like, what do you do for the other half of the year? And he goes, oh, I work for a golf course in Florida. And I was just like, so you just work at golf courses? And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But I was just like, man, just the way he explained it.
He's not excited to say it, you know what I mean?
He works for a golf course for half the year.
I think it would impress you because you brought up a half thing, so he wanted to connect with you. I do half of something.
When you do the other half, the same thing.
The same thing, just in warmer climates. This is a nice summer season.
He seemed, like I said, he seemed like a nice enough guy, and I don't want to be mean because he was trying to be nice, and you know, we were kind of put in a situation where we didn't have many options outside of chatting with each other. Dude, but
all that touching shit comes from like the pickup artist phenomenon that swept the nation like 6 years ago. You know,
That's
they're like,
gross.
you need to touch people to make a connection. It's like, no, you don't touch people, dude. Like, you don't touch people. Like,
yeah, I was like, you don't know me.
yeah, and like, you know when you're out, if you're a smart person, if you have any social skills, you know when it's appropriate to get a little bit like more friendly and touchy-feely with people. Ever since this pickup artist thing, I just see dudes like 2 minutes into talking to the girl, they're like touching their lower back and shit, and like really trying to make a connection. Like,
it's
you're
really
me, right?
rapey. It's really rapey. And I was just like, this is not for me. Like,
Bill Cosby got mad because he said I invented that shit back in the fucking 60s.
oh my gosh.
His house is trying to fucking steal it.
Oh my God. It's ridiculous.
Dude, have you looked at Fortnite yet? The game?
Mm-mm.
I've been playing their Battlegrounds.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you gotta get on Fortnite. It's going free to play. You're gonna fucking love this shit.
Do I?
Yeah, we need to start base building in Fortnite too.
Okay.
They got like a whole like. I guess I missed this. Have you heard of this game at all?
A little. I know you've played it. You brought it up to me.
I played it.
Wait, maybe I do know about it. Tell me.
It basically they had like a base building feature before where you could like set up a base and then zombies attack you, right? And so like, do your turrets work? Does your walls work? Can you hold off this horde of zombies? Now, like everyone else, which I would love to talk about in the future podcast of like how they like everyone is just like burning out on genres. So this game, like everyone else in the fucking world, decided to do a battlegrounds mode, like PUBG, like H1Z1.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I was like, oh great, another fucking battlegrounds, fucking whoop-de-doo. The thing is fantastic. It's the funnest battlegrounds I think I've ever played. It's from Epic Games, so like, you know, it's well built. Like they know what the fuck they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, you're playing battlegrounds, and then you can build a fort. Like, oh, someone's fucking with you. Well, here's my fort. Come fuck with me now, dickhead. And then they have rocket launchers to shoot you, so they can come fuck with you. But
yeah,
that
sounds fun.
Into this.
We'll have to check it out. I mean, we're going to be streaming more often, so
yes,
I can play. I can bring my friends on. Maybe we could all play together. How many players?
I don't know. I've never done the actual like build mode with anyone else. I'm a loner. I'm a lone wolf. You know me. I'm out there in the wild, just hanging out by myself.
Most wolves run in packs, though.
But I'm the lone wolf.
But
I'm
did you ever have a family?
When I was young.
Oh, only as a pup.
Only as a young wolf.
It sounds like your genetic code's fucked up because most of the time wolves at least like go meet other wolves so they can have a pack of like ladies.
That's just science. Don't pay attention to that. Why are you bringing that shit into this, please?
I don't know. I just can't let you have things.
All right. Let's talk about the good, the bad, and the indie.
Yeah.
The good and the bad, and the indie is a segment where we take a look at games that were released last week and make sure you know, so you didn't miss anything. Basically, we want to catch you up. Maybe things flew by your radar. It's a busy week, and we've been off for 2 weeks, so we're gonna take a look at the last 2 weeks, which was, what are we doing, like September 11th through the 25th, I guess?
Yep.
So let's do this.
Also, it's not just games that you don't want to miss out on if you did miss them. It's games that you want to miss out on.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's the bad.
Yeah, in case you didn't see like the piles of shit burgers that came out and you missed how funny they were.
Yeah.
We're bringing them to you. All right, what's your good for this week, Monica?
My good is a game that I actually saw and was intrigued by at a previous PAX. It's called Echo, and it is made by, oh gosh.
What?
Your jokes, you need to have children. You have dad jokes already.
I'm fucking ready.
You need to have like 10 children. That's how many dad jokes you have.
You are like a disgusting person. Why would you ever say that about someone you like? I thought we were friends.
I don't know, because I'm a big gross person. Okay,
was right to throw dirt in your friend's face.
So It's developed and published by Ultra, and it's just this very weird, it seems very unique, story-based sci-fi, somewhat stealth adventure.
Okay.
With a little bit of action in it. What I remember from seeing it at PAX is that you're playing a character and seems like clones of you, and they can only do the moves that you do, meaning that they learn based off of the things that you teach them. They learn from you. And every time they learn from you, you then have to adjust your strategy to get through this place called the Palace. It seems kind of convoluted. It's hard to describe, but I'm going to read a little bit here. Echo is a third-person science fiction adventure. The experience starts as a character-driven journey of discovery, but as it unfolds, it evolves into something altogether more punishing. The Palace studies everything you do, everything you are, to use it against you. Gameplay revolves around stealth, action, and manipulation as you face off against the ultimate enemy, yourself. It is just this creepy sci-fi experience. It just looks so awesome.
I'm loving it.
And I think it's priced right too. It's actually, there's a current sale going on, but standard it will be $24.99. I think that's a good price for a game that's this intriguing.
Yeah, it's definitely on sale for like 10%. But like you're playing this like cool looking albino. And like all the puzzles and levels I'm looking at, they look like kind of like MC Escher paintings and stuff, you know? Like the stairwells are flipped upside down.
I think it just seems, because it seems innovative too, the premise there. I can't think of another game like this. And that is hard to do, you know?
No.
Yeah.
I knew a TV show that was like this, where like the main character only... his dialogue expanded as like other characters talk to him. Mm-hmm. And it's like one of the best shows I've ever watched. And so this might be like the best game I've ever played. I love that concept. That's like such a high concept. Like that is awesome. I really would want to go pick up this game.
What's your good? Tell me you're good. Tell me you're good, boy.
Girl, my good is Divinity Original Sin 2. DOS. On the PC, developed by Larian Studios. This is a pricey one, $49.99. Mm-hmm. I am a huge fan of the point-and-click RPG adventure, kind of like Icewind Dale, Diablo-style games. Mm-hmm. And this seems to be the best realization of that, and like how to do a Dungeons and Dragon tabletop game inside of a actual video game. The reviews for this game are outstanding across the fucking board. Everything's giving it a 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10. It's a heavy hitter. It's knocking down everything. And
the original was really, really good too, and it actually still holds up. So yeah, I'm not surprised that people are loving this one.
And I think the thing I love about it, because I've had to do a lot of work since the hurricane came in. I haven't had too much time to actually game. So I've been watching everyone do it on Twitch. And everyone is playing different characters, and I think that's what I'm most intrigued about, is that this game will let you play whatever character you create. If you want to make like the human paladin who goes out there and saves the world for the god or whatever, you can do that, or you can play like a dwarven undead warrior who just wants to swing his axe at everything, and that's your story. Yeah. And like the chat interactions and the chat trees, all of it like flows naturally, and it actually affects the world that you're playing in. And like, how do you why is it so hard for people to nail that? And then these people, Larian Studios, comes along and they fucking nail it. Yeah. So I'm really excited about this game. I can't wait to play it. I don't know when I'm gonna have time. I almost want to take a vacation from work so I have time to settle down and be like, all right, I'm playing this game. I'm getting into it.
Yeah. Or if you start having kids, you could have like a month of paternal leave or something.
Dude, if I had... All right, I'll start now, and then 9 months I can play fucking...
Yeah, there you go.
The Original Sin.
Yep.
What's your bad for the week?
Oh, man. I don't even know how to explain this one. but it is awful. I think. Let me first explain why this is my bad. Outside of just it looking horrible, it apparently might have some issues with copyright.
Okay.
It's called Deep Dark Fantasies, and it is a sexual content adventure of like a story driven game where you have different endings. And it's called it's called Deep Dark Adventures. Learn the story of an Asian man, Van Darkholm, who became the master, the dungeon master.
Ooh.
This game is truly the screenshots of it are just images of pornos that they altered and blurred to make it look more like art. But there is nothing in this that this person actually made themselves outside of this very poorly constructed story that you just read and go move through in order to become the dungeon master, which is truly the Van Harkholm is just a porno, like a porn star.
Do you know who he is before this game? Like, were you aware of Van
I did my
Harkholm?
homework because anytime anytime my homework involves watching gay porn, I know I'm going to get an A+. So I did my homework and I watched some of these videos, and there's lots of I didn't even know this was a thing. There's lots of wrestling videos involved where guys like wrestle and they'll just like it's almost like WWE or whatever.
Yeah.
But they like just grunt. Yeah. And it's like slow moves. Like they're not really hurting the other person, but the other person's like, and nothing's really happening.
Oops, you pinned me.
They give each other wedgies and stuff, and they scream. It's very interesting. But this game is. I am not recommending this. I feel like this is a game that I normally would be like, guys, you guys gotta buy it. But I'm not going to recommend this, even for its trash level, because they're stealing. They're directly stealing.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Elements from it, and that's cheap. You know,
like they're gay porn pirates.
Yeah, they're gay porn pirates that have turned a porno into a game and then put a price tag on it. And I don't think that's fair.
You can't put a price tag on gay porno.
This should be free. This should be free to play.
Yeah, the world has to experience this.
Anyway, it was developed by Nikita, Ghost R Us, published by Ghost R Us Games. And
your convenience store for ghosts.
Yeah. And it's listed as a $3.99 game, but you know what? Don't buy it, guys. Just don't support this piracy. Bad business ethics.
Go buy the real gay porn at full price if you're into it.
Yeah, guys.
My bad for the week would have to be nowhere near your ridiculousness. Epic Tavern on the PC, developed by Hyperkinetic Studios for a price point of $24.99. This game is they take the management system of like soccer games. Like there's like a FIFA soccer management that like there's a whole section of gamers who I don't know why they play video games, who just love numbers and like paperwork and sheets of, I don't know. What's the why can't I think of this?
I don't know.
Excel.
I don't know.
Excel spreadsheets.
Oh,
like
spreadsheets.
If you love spreadsheets, you're one of these gamers, and I don't mean to talk shit about our people, but that's what Epic Tavern is. You sit in a tavern, you go collect the people you're going to take into your battles with, but you really don't battle with them. You just run the numbers, crunch the spreadsheets, and have them fight for you and go along on these quests. A couple of things I don't like it. One, who enjoys management work? Like, who actually enjoys it, and why? Like, in terms of like the numbers, I understand running a group of people. That's interesting and fun. But actually sitting down and the crunching of the numbers, I don't connect with those people. There's a reason I turned down management when it was offered to me at my job.
Oh, so you're just kind of like taking this so you are committing to the hatred.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I don't like the management work. I know it would have made me more money, but I didn't do it for a reason, and there's no way I'm gonna play a video game that I have to manage people.
But what if this was like you're dipping your toe into the water? What if you were thinking like, I might want to go into management someday. How should I try that? How can I test to see if I like it? Do you think that would be a good game for people, or are you just saying like, don't waste your time, just go get a degree?
I would say dip your toe in. The price point's a little bit much. If you want to dip your toe in, this is not the game for you to toe dip in. All right, this is the wrong pool for you.
Okay.
You need to go get a pool that's a little bit cheaper. Don't go for like the whole in-ground pool. Go get yourself a little plastic pool that you can fill up with water and dip your toes into that. This is $24.99 to see if you like these kind of games.
Yeah.
And read the comments on the games. This game's not even complete. There are multiple items that just say coming soon. Multiple quest lines that aren't finished. And this is a $24.99 game, and things aren't complete.
Yeah,
like, come on,
bad.
dude. This is not 2002 where you can get away with that shit.
Yeah.
We have comment sections and Steams and user content, and you just can't do that. So, Epic Tavern, be sure to skip this one unless you're really into paperwork and RPGs, and like this is like the cross section that you've been waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it then, I guess, but I can't recommend it. This is the bad for the week for me.
That makes sense. So we're on to the indie. Ooh. And for the indie, for me, it's Niche. I saw this and instantly fell in love. It seems like just my cup of weird tea, the kind of tea that makes you feel a little funny after. And so let me just jump into it. I think that this game just seems really unique. It's currently, it's on sale again, but normally priced at $17.99. Niche is a genetic survival game, a turn-based strategy game combined with simulation and roguelike elements. Shape your own species of animals based on real genetics. Keep your species alive against all odds, such as predators, climate change, and spreading sickness. So I think what I love so much about this is it has the art style in this game is just really quirky. And the animals that you're creating are really unique and funky. You can have this beautiful animal or this creation that you've made, and then you can end up with an unfortunate derp that you have to work with. And the children will always take on, it's all odds, it's all genetics, but the children are going to take on elements of the derp, and you have to breed those out. Now, we talked about my rabbit breeding earlier in this cast, and I am going to let you know that this game is bringing me right back there.
Oh my God.
I had fantastic rabbits, guys. My rabbits won shows. I have huge fucking trophies. Some kids had trophies where they moved their bodies. Not me. I was a scientist, a genetic scientist. Ooh. And my bunnies got me the biggest fucking trophies. Believe it. I think I would kill it. I think I would kill it at this survival simulated strategy game. And I'm ready to. It's just a really quirky little game. I thought it seemed a little bit higher priced, but you know what? I'm interested in it. And I love games that are unique. And this one, it looks unique. And even the premise feels unique. So for sure, it's my indie, and I will be playing this.
You think it's kind of like Spore? You remember that game came out early 2000s?
No.
Spore was kind of like you made your own species, and then you walked around it, like evolved and stuff. But I don't think it was like this. This is more genetic. Spore is more of like genetic with quotes, like wink, wink. This is genetics,
Yeah, no, this is just breeding. I mean,
Yeah.
you're breeding, but you're trying to survive. I'm sure they've got, I don't know for sure, but I would assume that they have quests or like achievements that you can unlock based on how long your you know animals do
Yeah,
survive, your
yeah.
creations do survive. I don't know. I just really like it, and it might be because of my background.
Yeah.
But I
Like
can't
4-H
help. I
background.
can't help who I am.
And
You
like
know.
this game's like what 818 overwhelming positive reviews on Steam, and it was just released. That's pretty ridiculous
Oh
for
yeah,
an indie
that's
game, you know.
awesome. Yep, yep.
I love it because you can also like just feel how your parents feel. Like, oh, we were two beautiful people, and then we made this. They just sit at home and play video games all day. My indie for the week would have to be Hold Fast: Nations at War. This is a PC game released by Anvil Game Studios for 1999.
hmm
This game is I always mess this word up because I'm a mumble mouth. Napoleonic era first person shooter. Uh, they say it's competitive, I guess so, but the big thing is this thing has 125 player servers. You play old like Revolutionary era war soldier,
That's rad.
and there's two types of fightings. One you can fight on the field where literally like you're shooting muskets. There's also naval battles where you have full on cannons where you're shooting other ships. And in the videos, they just show like when you shoot another ship, you're broadsiding them and just completely blowing apart that ship and that side. They lose the whole entire side of their thing, and you can like board them and fight them. There's fortress fights. I don't know how this slipped under my radar for so long. I played this Half-Life mod way back in the day. That was a Revolutionary War shooter mod,
hmm
and you would think it's boring to shoot one bullet and then have to reload. The intensity that goes into that
I'm
moment,
sure.
it gets you pumped because if you kill somebody with your musket with
Yeah,
one shot, you're on top of the world.
yeah,
And then you got to charge them with your bayonet. You're in it. You're committed.
yep.
So I've been kind of looking for a game like that ever since I played that mod because I just have really good memories from that mod.
Uh,
And I saw Holdfast when I was doing some show prep today, and my inner nerd just like nerdgasmed. I haven't felt that in so long. Where I just like I'm glad no one saw me while I was like, oh my, like this is amazing. This is
mhm.
amazing because I'm a history nerd. I minored in history. I listened to like history podcasts like a big dork, and then I see this game, and I'm so fucking pumped. Holdfast: Nations at War. You have to get a hold of this game. It's only $20, and if you buy it, they're gonna keep developing for it. Anvil Games, this is like their one game. You know what I mean? If you
hmm
buy this, they're developing for it. They're gonna add new maps. They're gonna do whatever they can to get as much out of this game as they can.
hmm
So you should definitely check it out.
Awesome.
All right, let's give a quick recap of our games.
All right. So my good was Echo, which is a stealth action adventure story based science fiction game. There's a lot going on there, but it's really unique. My bad was Deep Dark Fantasies, which is
Ooh,
a sexual story game. With multiple endings. Stay away from that one. They're just stealing it. They're stealing all their
no happy
content.
ones.
And my indie is Niche, which is a genetics strategy game where you get to create funky little animals and put them up against the odds of the world.
Ooh. All right, my good and bad in the indie for the week. My good, Divinity Original Sin 2 from Larian Studios, developed on the PC for $50. Great point and click shooter, or not shooter, I'm sorry, RPG with a great story, character development. If you're into like Icewind Dale or Baldur's Gate, you have to pick this up. The bad for the week would have to be Epic Tavern. It's a RPG management system simulator. I don't know why you would want to touch this if you're into spreadsheets and numbers, and that's just your nerd. That's how you get it. That's for you, but for the other 98% of us, probably not. My indie, just talking about it, Hold Fast Nation at Wars, a Napoleonic shooter from Anvil Studios for $19.99, where you can shoot muskets and cannons and live the history that no one else cares about but us, if you're a nerd for that kind of history. That's going to do it for episode 32 of the Backspace Nomads. Make sure you check us out on BackSpaceNomads.com. Make sure you check us out on Twitter at Backspace Nomads and on our brand spanking new wonderful website that we got built for you guys, BackspaceNomads.com.
Bookmark it.
Bookmark it. Hit the star.
Bookmark it.
You'll
love it.
It's the best website you're ever going to experience in your life. Definitely this month. So that's going to do it for episode 32. We'll be back next week, episode 33. See you guys then, everybody.
See ya.